The opposition was very confident today, saying, Neil, this morning, that they believed that with the power of the people, with all of these civilians taking to the streets, that there is no way that the military would fight back. And let's see if that's the case, Neil.
You know, what's interesting, Brian, you mentioned these soldiers who defected. Apparently, 3 of them, we're told from the Telegraph, the British newspaper, right, that they were ordered to fire tear gas on protesters, and they refused. And then they were leaving the country, and soldiers reportedly were firing or trying to apprehend them. But you get back to a core point here. Whoever has the military has the upper hand. Right now, Nicolas Maduro has at least the military chiefs. Now, 3 have bolted. A prominent general just yesterday, Hugo Caraballo, indicating that he was going to throw his support behind the fellow we recognize as the legitimate president of the country, Juan Guaido. But it does give you an indication whoever has the generals has the upper hand, has the edge. But there does seem to be, for the first time today, a clear sign that some of the soldiers who work for those generals are saying the hell with it.
And that's exactly right. And I'll say this. Juan Guaido went to Twitter today, and he said this just moments ago. He said, in the capacity as Commander-in-Chief of the National Armed Forces, the Venezuelan military, I have given the exceptional circumstances of the Republic. I dismiss the qualification of traitors to the fatherland for military personnel crossing the border. What he's saying is, I am in charge of the Venezuelan military. Those who decide to go on the side of the opposition as the leader of the armed forces of Venezuela, Juan Guaido, you are not a traitor. I proclaim that you will not be a traitor. What he's doing is he's encouraging military service members out there who may be on the fence here as to what to do, to side with the Venezuelan people or to side with Maduro. He is encouraging on Twitter to side with the people, and he is acting as though he is the legitimate leader of Venezuela. And again, as you said, the United States recognizes Guaido as the legitimate leader of Venezuela, and so do tens of other nations. I think some 50 other nations that believe that as well. He also went on to say on Twitter just moments ago as well, Neil, Juan Guaido, anyone who is not on the side of the people and who prevents the entry of humanitarian aid is a deserter who betrays our people, those who accompany us to save the lives of Venezuelans are true patriots. I think the question now today, Neil, is as we look at these hot spots, not only on the border between Venezuela and Colombia, but also on the border between Venezuela and Brazil. There was a clash there yesterday with 1 woman died and 12 others were injured. To what extent do these military members who want to join the opposition, do they read something like this or see this message? How far are they willing to go? And how far are those who are loyal to Maduro willing to go? Again, this is a very dangerous situation right now in Venezuela. And the UN Secretary General, again, yesterday, they had the meeting, and there was real concern about today. And so far, just hours into the day, we really need to keep taking a look at this. Any wrong move here can escalate quickly.
Yeah, it already has. Thank you very, very much, my friend Brian Yanis. Just to put this in perspective, what you're looking at here, this is a country that, on a per capita basis, little more than 2 decades ago, was among the richest on earth, knee-deep in oil revenues that made it the envy of Latin America. Everyone wanted to be connected to Venezuela. Then along came Hugo Chavez, then along came big socialist government pushes that drained all that money and then some. A curse of riches that produced poverty at record levels across the country of now 30 million who by and large are at or below the poverty line, their poverty line. And there is aid, hundreds of millions of dollars of aid at various checkpoints around the country, 6 that I know of, some have updated me, Neil, upwards of a dozen, that can't get in. They're literally at the border and they cannot get in. And right now these people are saying, get it in, get it to them. And if you don't, it's going to get ugly. It already has. Stay with us.